Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. I apologize for not uploading like I should, but as you see in the title, how was I able to make 240 horsepower? I mean, it's not a lot. You can come and look at it compared to the other setups that you've seen, but for what I've put in and the amount of money that I spent on the actual like engine itself, it wasn't that much, and also it's pretty much a stock setup. If you come and look at it, everything that I'm about to mention is literally like bolt on, like you can just get it yourself. So yeah, let's jump right in and let's talk a little bit more about it. All right, I want to start off first by giving a shout out to my tuner. His name is Josh Tune. He was actually recommended to me by my good friend EG Chris, which obviously he's no longer EG Chris, but I'll make sure to post it here so that way you guys can still follow his new build. By the way, sick JDM build. I don't know the name of the vehicle. I'm sorry, I apologize. But yeah, it's I'll make sure to link it so you guys can go hit him up and see his new build and his new process. But yeah, my tuner, like I said, let's go. It's Josh Tune. He went above and beyond. So if you guys are looking for a tuner, e-tuning, make sure to hit him up. He got me the power that I wanted, and I was so surprised, to be honest. I thought I was going to be making 220, somewhere around that area, and I came out with 240, and I was really surprised. I was like, I can't complain. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a tuner, make sure to hit him up. All right, let's start off with how was I able, with what mods. All right, so we have, this is a JDM 06 K24A off a Accord. All right, so as you know, not all K24As JDMs are equal. You do have ones that are literally the same, are stamped the same on the block, and are not true VTEC. They're not that RBB head. So just be aware when you're buying one, and if it's too cheap, make sure you ask if it's an RBB true VTEC. But yeah, so another note, over there, overseas, the JDM one is not the equivalence of over here. So any year over there, which I've noticed, so you can quote me wrong, but from the research I've done and from what I've looked, doesn't matter what year you buy it, especially if it's an 06 and an 08 over there, overseas in Japan, or overseas the K24A, is going to be the same internals as an 04 to 05 TSX K24A2 here in the States. The only upgrade that I've seen that they've done was here in the States with the USDM 06 to 08 K24A2, which has upgraded camshafts, RBC, and the RBC cam gear, and a lot more stuff that's a little bit more upgraded, give you that little extra horsepower, which is pretty nice. It's just a little bit more costly, obviously, because of what you're getting. But yeah, so that's pretty much on the engine for letting you guys know and be aware of. All right, so I have a JDM K24A. I've had to do adjustments, pretty much modifications to make it work with our USDM specs over here. One being the water pump housing. As you not know, make sure you hit up, you follow one of my videos and watch the video, so that way you guys are aware of. There's a lot of stuff that it doesn't bring, that's not compatible with here. I mean, you could run the JDM water pump housing and the water pump, all that, if you're using the if you're still running the power steering pump, but I opted not to. So yeah, enough of that, like I keep saying. All right, let's start off. So a JDM K24A, stock internals. I've done nothing to it. It's all stock. The camshafts are still stock. I'm still running the 25 degree RBB cam gear that it brings. I am running RBC intake manifolds. These are not ported, nothing. For the injectors, these are 410cc RDX injectors, and I mean, the budget ones that I could find. If you can find a better deal, by all means, but I opted for something slightly better than the stock ones. All right, and for the throttle body, I am running a Ktuned 70mm throttle body with the matching adapter. At first, it was sticking a lot, and you know, couple. I didn't like sand it nothing down. I just literally I played with this. I just move it or rotate it back and forth until I guess it smoothed out inside enough for it to not get caught. You know, sometimes it will get caught if I start playing with the thing, but the way I have it right now, it's not getting caught and it operates the way I want to. So that's a big bummer about buying aftermarket parts. They just, you know, especially throttle body, it sticks, but it's fine. I mean, went with a 70mm throttle body, opted for something slightly, you know, more upgradable than stock, of course. And then for the headers, I went with 1320 performance. I got these on eBay and they're just 2.5 inch, not the 3 inch like I wanted to, but you know, budget, well, not budget, but more costly friendly. All right, the whole exhaust system pipe is Jananka's. This is the whole kit that I bought. It was like, I want to say 400 if you round it off, and it's only 2.5 as well. The whole pipe itself is not 3 inch. Well, I would have probably gotten a little bit more power off of it, but 2.5. Then moving to the transmission, I did went all out, spent a little bit more money on it from HMO. By the way, the engine, I got it on HMO as well. If you guys are looking for a good engine or import for engine transmissions and stuff like that to buy. So yeah, I went with the JDM DC5 Integra Type R transmission. So the gearings are really good, but I mean, now what I know of, I should have just gone with something simple. I was after the LSD, so, and I didn't want to go through the whole trouble of, you know, having to mess with the C3 one. But yeah, so I opted for the JDM DC5 transmission, which is the same as the EP3 Type R, same gearings and everything. All right, for the clutch setup, I am running a competition stage 3 clutch and flywheel. Essentially, the flywheels is pretty much like stock. It's same stock, like feel, same weight and everything. It's just a stage 3. And then also I am running, and even though I'm not running the RBC 50 degree, I am running a Type S oil pump. So that did help me a lot to rev a little bit higher, get more power out of the engine. So yeah, those easy simple mods pretty much got me to 240. I am running K Pro on that version 4 with the Bluetooth, if you're asking. So yes, this basic setup right here was able to get me 240. So if it worked for me, it'll definitely work for you guys. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure if you change transmissions and stuff like that, that would, and also the health of the engine will play a huge factor. But yeah, and then your tuner as well. So yeah, with this easy mods, I was able to make power. So pretty much basic stuff. If you come and look at it, just, you know, RBC, you can find them anywhere. Obviously they're gaining a little bit more price than before. I don't know if that's just because of COVID-19. Same with the ECUs. I've noticed they're really hard to get now. But yeah, or you have a longer wait time. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, anything regarding K-swap, or you need help with it, or you know, oh, what you did for this or what you did for that, just make sure you hit me up on Instagram, or you can leave me a comment here. I'll return it and help you out as much as possible. But yeah, before I forget, it is on pump gas. I believe my tuner, Josh tuned it on 91. Not sure, here in Florida we run 93. So yeah, it's still pump gas. Before I forget as well, on the fuel pump, I am running an AM. I believe it's a 340 or 320. So that helped out a lot. So yes, with that setup, I was able to run this. All right, quick summarize on what I did to have 240 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque. Kept on the K24 JDM I kept the head pretty much stock, nothing. RBC intake manifold, 410 RBC RDX injectors, 2.5 inch exhaust headers, I'm running I am using 91 to 93. It's tune on 91 to 93 pump gas, 70 millimeter throttle body. I am running a Type R DC5 Type R gearbox, stage 3 competition clutch, Type S oil pump. I am also running a 320 to 340 AM fuel pump. So a setup like that, pretty sure should get you that. If you're running higher numbers with less stuff, please let me know. I want to know. I did not know this was achievable with what I have. So it's pretty cool just to think of, what else, what if I added a RBC 50 degree and a slightly bigger intake, exhaust camshafts. I probably would have gained a little bit more power, like my tuner was saying. I could have easily hit 245 or 250, and evenly round off to 200 on my torque, which would have been really nice. But hey, I can't complain for the numbers I'm getting. I think mid-range torque from what he told me, or mid-range power. So it's not bad. I mean, for this little setup, I saw a couple of knickknacks I had to finish here and there, so I can have the car completely running really good. Right now, it's not running good due to my I do not have a flex pipe, so it just feels really stiff and a lot of vibration coming. My oil pan, it's leaking because it's bent from all the times that I took it off and put it back on, so that's another thing. And all the rattling that happened, when I first swapped everything, just kind of made it a little bit more crappy, and I lost a lot of, I had to retighten everything. I don't know if it's just like mechanical error on my part from not double checking, but yeah. If you guys have any questions, any need any help with any of your build, K-swap related, just don't hesitate, hit me up. Also find me on Instagram, Almost Boosted, and I'll make sure to respond back and answer your questions. Thank you and have a good one.